motherfucker.
Alright everyone, let's do this. It's been a long time since I've done a Gauntlet tip tutorial video, but we're going to do stage 21 first, Brain Wall, where you have to play as Johnny Cage and fight Johnny Cage. And I am not a fan of being forced to play or fight as a certain character, but honestly, you're not really fighting in this, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So, he does have armor, and there is going to be those awful panning lasers, so I grabbed the Limei's Kunlun Dao to avoid the damage of the panning lasers, and then I grabbed the hyper-focused Soul Regenerator so I could gain 100% of my health over time. And there's a few things you want to notice when the round actually starts, that it's only it's a one round match, and the time limit is 60 seconds, and that the opponent already starts with a slightly lowered health bar. You're unable to damage him. I didn't use those crippling spike guards or whatever to try and punch through his armor, but one of the things you want to do is right away use your Soul Regenerator, right? Because it takes about 30 seconds for that to come back. So use it right away. Use your Limei Kunlun Daos right away so you can avoid the damage of the lasers, but sticking to the mid and the right side is good because you can use the interactables. So primarily you're just avoiding him and trying to run the clock and making sure your health stays above his. And as you can see right here towards the end, I had that Soul Regenerator. I just waited it out and I beat him just by letting the clock run down. So don't stress yourself out trying to figure out how to destroy him. You just have to let the clock run and have yourself at full health, right? Or just more health than what he has. So yeah, pretty interesting Gauntlet, I guess. But yeah, it's very different. So yeah, that one's pretty easy. Moving on to our next stage, stage 22, MK11 or LK-520. And the first tower of this stage, you have to face 3 frosts. And so the first thing I did was go into the whole tower consumable and grab the AMS to get rid of the hunter-killer protocol. So any rockets that are going to happen in this tower, you don't have to deal with, even though this first fight's the only one that you actually have to deal with it. Beyond that, they have armor, so I grabbed those crippling spike guards, and then you can grab pretty much any other consumable that is an attack consumable to aid you in the fight, right? So as you can see for this first one, you can just pretty much just fight them like normal, even when they have their guard up. I don't know if you guys did that 4th of July event, but if you did, I recommend using those Roman candles because they just it attacks like 5 or 6 times, and it's a great way to chip their damage down because though they have armor, they're like she's still getting hurt, so it's just not like Johnny Cage once before. But moving on to the second one, we did a slightly different style. This time she has the cybernet, and we're still going with these attack consumables. And honestly, with this one, I mean, you could use the loadouts of any of these because we have the AMS one, but you can use the loadout of any of these for all 3 of these fights. So this is essentially showing you 3 different combo consumables that you can use for each one of these fights. I friggin' love those rockets though that come down from the sky like that because they just, even if she has armor, like let's say if that first rocket hits her and then she triggers armor, because her armor's not going to get triggered until her health is like at like 20% or something like that. So she's going to have a pretty low health bar before it gets triggered. But if the first rocket hits her and causes her to get in that lower health and she's still like bouncing around and bouncing over it, which you're about to see right here, she's still going to be getting bounced around and taking that full damage right here. So yeah, her armor got, equipped, but she still got knocked around by it because she was already airborne by getting hit from the first one. So it's, that's a pretty good tip. And for this next one, we went ahead and grabbed these crippling spike guards again, grabbed a health consumable, and then I went ahead and just did the ball of coagulated blood. I like any attack consumable that has multiple attacks within it because they can block one or dodge one, but that's a great way to just, one, kind of give yourself some health once it actually does hit her. But if she pulls up that stupid shield, actually, any of those attack consumables, as far as the ones that I've used, go right through that shield. So it's only your personal attacks that the shield deflects, or projectiles that shield deflects. So it's pretty good, you know. So use an attack consumable that has like multiple projectiles in it just to kind of knock her health down and get her cleared. So yeah, that's the first tower. Pretty simple. And the next one is actually going to be pretty simple as well. Now, it does look a little daunting because she's going to actually have all three of the cyber ninjas assisting her as well as armor. But the one thing we're going to do is go back into the whole tower consumables and then use the AMS to get rid of the hunter-killer protocol or the sectors rockets. You know, we don't want to deal with that stuff. We're going to give ourselves a healing element, the crippling spiked guards, and then we're just going to go ahead and go with the like bloodied sigh, which gives them chaos. I'm not sure if that really works all that well, but it's a 2-hit projectile, and that was enough to knock her around to where I could start up combos, or you could start up combos as well. It's honestly not that difficult. You just get in there and do what you need to do. Expect that when you're trying to do combos, Cyrax is going to come and catch you with the net, but when that happens, throw out your projectile, and then, you know, save your crippling spiked guards for when her health is actually low, which you can actually see her armor goes away completely after one punch, which I think is quite different than before. I'm pretty sure that it like didn't make their armor go away before, like this latest update. It just allowed me to punch through the guard. But with this, crippling spike guards totally takes away her ability to have that armor on. So that's pretty awesome, right? It's pretty easy. It helps out because if you don't, you know, take her out right away, you don't have to wait for those to, or for that consumable to, like the cooldown to refresh so you're able to use it again, so you can just keep attacking. And like I said, you could toss those projectiles at her, but watch your health, maintain your health is one of the biggest things. I used one of the like lesser 25% heals for that. Like Soul Regenerator gives you any one of the regenerate health over time. It only takes one slot. So one of those could be more powerful, but it's got to heal you over time. So that's it, guys. We will be doing more of these stage gauntlets down the road. We're going to be doing a like update to what my channel is becoming or will become. I just honestly want to post up more content. I just hadn't posted as much as I'd like, and I want to get as much out there as possible. I wasn't doing a lot of these gauntlet tutorials. I think I skipped 2 because they were just really easy, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore because though they might be easy to me, it might be difficult to somebody else. So if you found this video informative or helpful, it is helpful to me if you like it in the very least, or subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed and you maybe have watched one or more of my videos. You could subscribe. You don't have to hit that bell for your notifications, but subscribing really does help my channel out. I'd love to hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't know why that's a big milestone to me, but it is. It's a self-made milestone. So once again, I am Schuby. Thank you for y'all's time. I hope I have been able to help you, and I'll see you in the next video.